This is
Coming to you from the heart of the Pacific, brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role models every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Naki and Carl.
What's up, Neki?
What's up? Good morning.
Been a long minute since
Been
we've been in
a
here.
3-week break. A 3-week. Let's call it a break, even though we weren't sure.
We had a hiatus.
Yeah, we had a hiatus. Yeah, I'm excited though because we have a guest this morning who is pretty badass.
Yeah, so we're just getting back into the swing of thing with guests,
Yeah.
and Neki is hitting them out of the park. So we are chasing a big interview today.
Yeah, he's here.
He is here.
Mhm.
Awesome. So we can go ahead and go with that. This is season 6, episode 13 of the Faika
Mhm.
podcast. Today we're going to have our check-ins. We're going to flip the order a little bit. We're going to do the check-ins second and our
Yeah,
guest first.
Our guest.
Yeah. And then our topics are going to be Snacky with Naki round 20, 5-5 senior day, and all the things that have gone on for the last 3 weeks that we haven't been able to update you on in our community announcements.
Right.
So that's the show today. Naki, we can grab our new guest.
Yeah, we're excited to have our guest this morning checking in from the state of Washington, I believe. Yes. They have a fire knife dance school that is Tupu Leafi. And so we have our guest on this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Is he on mute?
Oh, we're up.
There we go.
There we go.
Yep.
Yes. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We just want to do a light intro before we get started and learn everything about you and the school and why you started. So, am I saying it right? Jacko or Jocko?
Yeah, Jocko. Yeah.
Jocko was born in the beautiful island of Samoa from the village of Matauutu-Uta.
Yeah.
Jocko is the founder and leader of Tupu Leafi Fire Knife Dance School. Ailauafi. Tupu Leafi means king of fire and is dedicated to his son Tupu. Jocko found his love for the fire knife dance at age 5 and has developed a showcased his passion throughout his life. When you do what you love so well that people take notice and it can become a career. And this is what happened with Jocko in the United States, starring in such promotions as the Cirque Polynesia show, Tahiti Productions Luau events, and Disney World Lion King shows. Jocko's talent has been viewed by millions.
Jocko performs with an extreme sense of gratitude for the dance and his talents for the dance, as it has provided support and opportunities for himself, his wife Jess, and his beloved son Tupu. Jocko's passion has taken him into the bright lights and big stages all around the world. Jocko considers it an honor to share his journey and his professional accomplishments with his community, and believes that all of his students have the opportunity to become a world fire knife champion. The mission and vision of Tupu Leafi is to share the Samoan fire knife dance through connectedness with Fa'aloalo, Mamalu, and Ainga. Welcome, Jocko.
I love it. It's an honor to be here. Talofa.
Talofa, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So I know we hit the professional side of your life. Can you tell us a little bit about your wife and a little bit about your parents, where you grew up, and how you came to the States?
All right. First of all, thank you over there. So thank you for this beautiful Sunday. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I was born and raised in Samoa. I'm from the beautiful island of, I'm from the beautiful village of Matauutu-Uta. Yeah, first I was my parents and also fire dancer, and then my older brother as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I learned fire dancer. So shout out to my brother in Hong Kong. He's also still dancing in Hong Kong, Disney World in Hong Kong. Yeah,
Awesome.
served there for almost 20 years.
Wow.
So I learned it from. He travels when he was in Samoa, competing all over in Samoa, outside the state, the food of Samoa, the Tinguila festivals and all the competition, by the village, all the village we saw have competition. So I look up to him, and I was like, man, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
So, and then next thing you know, I picked up the fire knife and started learning from him. Yeah. And then later on in the future, I start competing all over the places, like, going to American Samoa, coming to Hawaii, won my first competition. No, actually won my first competition in Samoa, the Taula Festival. Yeah, that was my first competition. And then I started traveling to Hawaii. And then after Hawaii, I go back home, and I came back. I moved here. Finally got my visa to get into the state. And first competition here we called Ito in in California. Uh, and that's when I moved to the state. I never looked back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What because it's been in your family for so long, you've never been afraid of the fire, right?
I still am.
I know I'm scared too. Just watching you, some of the videos that I've checked out that you've done, I'm like, I'm scared. Is your wife ever? I mean, I know she's concerned, but is she getting better at watching you compete and perform?
She's more nervous than I am. Ever since, like, we go to competitions, she's like, she couldn't sit still on the chair and stuff like that. So she'd be like, man, I'm so worried about you competing. I was like, it's okay, just relax. To me, it's normal for me.
Yeah.
All other competitions and all the other competitors, they know, when we step on that stage, it's just you don't think about anything. It's
Yeah.
just you have fun. Be yourself. And that's what I tell my the students. This is your time to shine. Enjoy, milk
Yeah.
the crowd, play with the drums. I mean, have fun.
Have fun. Yeah. And your school is based where?
Over in Auburn.
Auburn, Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many are you you're the teacher there, or do you have other teachers?
Nah, it's just me, myself, and my wife as well. She's helping. Yeah, she's the one. She's the one that give all the credit to. I didn't do anything.
Ah, that's
Managing everything and take care of all the paperwork, the billings, the business
Mhm.
records, and then I'm just the one that do the physical work and teaching. Make sure the kids are okay.
And what is the age range that you accept? Is there age that's too young? Is there
We have an age from 5 to 12. We have two classes, so 5 to 12, and then we have adults from 13 and up. Again, we don't have no limits. So,
Yeah.
uncles, aunties, come on, bring it on.
Come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. And how old is your son? And will he be doing the fire dance?
My son's just turned 2.
Oh, he's a baby. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, what a great age.
Yeah, and he's so. But to me, I don't like forcing any kids or
Yeah.
my son as well. So I made him a practice sticks. So if he wants to do it, I see him a lot. He always grab his practice sticks and he start practicing. When I'm training myself, and it's oh, okay. Maybe one day he would ask me, "Oh, Dad, can you teach me?"
He probably will if he watches you, because we always talk about our kids always watch what we're doing and follow our example. He probably will grow up to want to at least learn and be interested in
Right.
that. It's amazing the work that you're doing. How long does it take you, like when someone first takes your class, how long is the process before they can, like, I know you don't start off lighting their sticks, right? So how long is the process from like a beginner?
Beginner. To be honestly, what I came from back then in Samoa, uh, it takes us a long time for myself when I look at it, because in Samoa we didn't. When I grew up, we didn't have any like today nowadays. They have YouTube,
Yeah.
Apple app, anything you can pick it up, type it down, you can see fire that.
Yeah.
Samoa was like we have VCR, got to rewind it. Or
Yeah.
we go to
Not
the
the VCR.
Yep. And you go to the other village and see the best fire dance over there, and that's how we learn it. But nowadays, I marry the kids, and go back to your question, is that they're really fast learner. And so right now, it's only been a month and a half. They're like very surpassed me what I learned from back then. I was like, man, it takes me a long time, but
Yeah.
this. These kids are fast learner, and I'm probably like the way I'm looking at it. The basic. I'm only teaching the basic for them, and probably the 6 months into this summertime, I'm trying to plan to showcase them as well on the fire. And then again, I don't just put them out there.
Yeah.
To me, is most important is the safety for
Yes.
the kids, and then make sure they're presenting themselves well. I don't want to just throw them out there. But to answer your question, yes, probably like around 6 months to to a year to kind of get familiar with it before you get that first light, light up.
That's awesome. I think it's awesome to see this kind of school start because our culture, like I was born and raised here. So I love when I see this kinds of schools like there's Samoan language class, they have the Tongan language class, and then to showcase our culture because this is, it's a Samoan, dance. So to see our kids actually, get interested in it and to go to a school because I didn't have this when I was growing up. I couldn't go to a school. I just watch, when you see the fire dance at like a show, you're like just amazed at the dance and it throwing up and that you don't get burnt. Do you think that a lot of the kids that are coming to your classes are hungry to learn more of the culture?
Yeah, I see a lot of them so different, demeaning in it. But
Mhm.
first, of course, the first time is something new.
Yeah.
I noticed that Washington, this is the first time, or like it's fresh. When I look at,
Yeah.
I teach a lot of kids as well back then, because they're in the island, so they
Yeah.
know they grew up like, oh, I know fire dancing. They can do a lot of. There's a job out there, they're
Yeah.
always thinking. But over here, I first I taught them. I was like, wow, these kids are interesting, but
Yeah.
go on. It's like they're getting more interesting. So every Friday, I try to do something different, and then they're like, "Oh wow!"
Yeah.
They start get that confidence of being like, "Okay, I really, start really liking it," and then everybody show up on Friday, and they're like, "Okay, let's keep going, let's keep swinging."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see that you actually have a school like this. And I don't think there is another one around. And if there is, I don't
We
know
haven't
of it. Yeah.
we haven't heard that, and there may be, we're just not aware of it. But are you aware of other fire knife dancing schools on the West Coast, or are you, as far as you know, are you the only one?
In Washington, probably the only one right here. I don't know yet, quite yet, but yeah, as for now, it's me. I always do things by myself, so I just never look out and stuff like that. So I just stay
Yeah,
loyal to myself and
Yeah.
focus
fact
on
that
one thing, yeah, and just serve the community as well. Yeah,
that makes it easier.
yeah,
Um, yeah, back to something Naki had said earlier was we always talk about always being on stage for our kids. You're
right.
actually literally on stage, so that's going to be a big piece of him seeing his father perform and see how important it is. I had a question about, so you had talked about just telling your students just have fun, just be out there and be part, think of the dance.
Yeah.
Um, does that help you when you're just really focused on immersing yourself in the dance, and it doesn't matter whether you're at a community event where there's 50, 60 people, or whether you're dancing for Disney or at a big competition? Is that kind of a way to not get nervous because of the stage you're on, is just focus on the dance? Or how do you deal with that, with dancing in front of different audiences?
Uh, it's that like it's different. I mean, every stage bracket is different. Like you said, uh, fire knife competition, when you compete, straight your focus on the competition. This is Samoan warrior. But when you go to they said that you said that like we went to Disney World and dance, so we had to change our act differently because the music is not it's not playing drum. So you gotta learn how to adapt. So you gotta act in there. Same thing with Cirque. When you go to Cirque, you gotta have a different music in there. So you always have that maintain to change a bit your professionalism come out, adapt to anything. So same thing when you do a shows, when you do luau shows, graduation shows, you learn to have fun. So the Samoan people, the Barnish people, any people, you gotta milk the crowd. So you
Yeah.
have that family oriented to you. So all those shows is gonna be different. And then again, you focus on your life. That's everything is blank out. It's just you
Yeah.
on the stage, have fun, milk the ground, and safety is the most important. To me, I don't really, I say I care about myself being safety, but my most important is the people's safety. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
Even though I'm good at what I do, but at the same time, it's the safety is I always meant my main concern. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that would
that's
ask me a
awesome.
question.
Being from the Bay Area, there was an event with a fire knife dance decades ago that people still talk about. Ended up being a fire, and the safety piece of it is, and I think that's why we don't see a lot of at a graduation event or a wedding or something, you don't see the fire knife dance because of the safety concerns, right? You're probably not going to get it okay from the hotel to have a fire knife dance in their ballroom or something.
Right.
So talk a little bit of, and actually, let me back up a second. I wasn't aware that, that aspect of it that you just spoke about, where you're going someplace and they're coming up with the music. So you have to adjust your performance to music that you didn't choose. I always figured that, the company that goes there, the halau or the group that goes, they give them an MP3 and they say, this is the one that you're going to play, and we perform. Talk a little bit more about that. Was that a surprise to you as you got onto, bigger production companies that you weren't able to pick your music, or was that something you expected?
It was always something I expected. Like again, you bring professionalism to yourself. You've done it for a long time, so you learn to adapt. The music played, you learn it's gonna hit the beats. When the music doom 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 or stuff like that, so you're gonna hit certain posts. So I know in myself that it's something a little bit different. I do a little bit act. Try
Yeah.
to exaggerate it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those things, like again, you still have fun on the stage, and at the same time, you just gotta adapt it to the music.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I'm so used to being like hitting the drum notes in the back while I'm competing or dancing, and you try to spin things fast. But when you go to different shows like that, those big productions, and they give you a music to play, or that's what the whole show is by, and then you get to learn how to work with the music. So a lot of practice. We have a
Yeah.
rehearsal before we definitely go on before we get going on the stage. Yeah.
Jocko, did you ever think that this thing that you started because it was fun and your family was doing it, did you ever think it would take you to, perform at these huge, places? Did you ever think that something that you love to do and just was just fun, that you would end up in doing these big shows?
Um, to be honest, I didn't not know it was gonna be this fun,
Yeah.
but it was to be it was a great opportunity. It's a amazing talent. I'm very grateful that I got to have the talent and I'm using it. And matter of fact, I'm still using it now. So it taken me all different places that I never could dream of.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I think that's another reason why we wanted to highlight you, is because we always talk about, doing what you love. You started doing this and it's taking you all over the world. So we really wanted to showcase that, and just, we want to show our kids that, look, I'm doing something that I love, and it's taking me to everywhere that I never would have expected to be going, with these shows. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Does your family travel with you, or are you going alone to these shows?
Yeah, my family travels with me. Yeah, so wherever contract I take it, I'm like, all right, guys, let's get going. My wife always get mad at me. It's like I feel like a military wife. We just get up and go. So I was like, sorry, this is the nature of my work. And
Yeah.
so, but so my wife works in the medical field. I know that she always find a job wherever we go. So, and then I was like, okay, we take this contract and we stay there for the next 3 years, and then we'll see where.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So let's say that your son comes to you, I don't know, in the next year or so, and does say, "Hey, I want to do the same stuff you do, Dad." At that age, what are some of the things that you would first do at that early age, pre-5 even, if he, showed interest in it? What are some of the things that you would do early on, so to get him just kind of used to what might come later?
Uh, it's probably like spinning a little bit. You talk about training the fire knife with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I try to teach him sometimes, but they just grab it and throw it down. But I got to the motion of maybe 4 years old or 5 years old. I'll try to give him to him, see if he wants to. Then I'll try to teach him a little bit more of it. But if not, it's okay. Maybe when he's ready, I'll let them come back to me. That's the same thing I tell to my students. Please, if you ready to come learn, let's do it. If you're not, it's okay with me. I never like that way. Like that. I don't like force the kids, but
Yep.
the kids they loved it. So I'm like, okay, let's keep on going, guys. Keep the motivation going.
Yeah, that's a good way to approach it. There's having kids in youth sports.
Right.
Myself, I've seen, yeah, and this isn't like one or two. I've seen quite a few situations where the parents force the kids into whatever, softball, basketball, baseball, whatever it is,
Right.
and they'll actually get scholarships, but they're only playing because their parents are really pushing them to. And then when there was a girl that was, Division One, all American type talent. The minute she got out of the house and she got to school, she stopped playing softball because she really didn't want to play. She was kind of living out her parents' dream. So not pushing the kids into something they don't want to do, I think is a good approach. If they want to and they love it, obviously you're there as a resource. Have you seen breakthroughs? Because you see this sometimes with people that end up on stage, end up on the microphone and performing in front of people. Their confidence is boosted. Like they kind of come out of their shell because now they're outperforming. Have you seen that happen to some of your students, that the dance has given them more confidence than they had in the beginning?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have some kids were very shy at beginning, and my wife make this folder for them. Tell the history of Samoa, about fire a little bit summary of it. Samoan language in there as well. So, the country from one Tassi, and then in the end, I tell them there's a blank paper there. I told them write their goals down. And they didn't write the goal, so I had to ask them, guys. I've been waiting for my papers. You guys didn't give me any goals, or I had to confront them after in the end or so. So in the end, they'll practice. Say, hey guys, what are your goals? Please tell me. I want to hear it. I like to take my time to see that I can answer. And they say I want to be confident. I want to compete. I want to do shows. So I'm like, okay. At first, they were very shy at first. And for the last, like I said, because again, it's been March, April now. For the last couple of weeks, I seen a whole different attitude. They're so on the stage, they can't wait to go on, want to do solo in the end. And see their confidence come back. They're themselves. Because I keep telling them, hey, just be yourself. When you go on the stage, it's a big stage. And that's huge. Just be yourself, have fun. This is your time to shine. So when they come on the stage and do their solo, I see a lot of them. They're bringing they're coming out of their shells. I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
It helps. I'm so it very appreciate me. It makes
Yeah.
me feel like I hope I did a good job. So
Yeah, you're helping build their self-esteem, and so I think that's another thing that's coming out of the school, is learning how to do the dance, but also you're building their confidence and their self-esteem. So that's so awesome. I love that.
It's
I
tools
love
for
it.
life. Tools
Yeah.
they'll take for life.
They'll take that with them wherever they go.
so I also do like I have them do it, or have them duo with each other, dance against with each other. It's like a little competitive to each other.
Yeah.
And then also I make some like a teamwork as well. You guys work together, communicate to someone. That's how the way I do it. If you count in sync with each other, so I always have that one of the Fridays. I make a difference. So, today's goal is teamwork. So you guys work together, do your routine together, communicate with each other, so you guys can dance at the same speed and
Yeah.
finish it from the start it all the way to the end. So that's what I like about it. The kids that the confidence coming out, and plus they start socialize and teamwork. So about teamwork when it comes to this
I
team.
love that. I love that they're not just going to school to learn fire dance, but they're coming away with stuff that they'll use their whole life, their adulthood, building their confidence, learning how to communicate,
Right.
teamwork, life tools that they're going to need for everything, work and school and college. And so that's awesome. I love that. What does your wife is in the medical field, so if you have a contract for 3 years and Paris, she can go there and work. How has she been? You said she gets a little not upset, but I would love to travel. But is she enjoying the places that you're going? Is she finding work easily? The medical field, like that's you need that everywhere. Is she
Right.
enjoying the experience with you?
Oh yeah, definitely. She's well, first when I always get my contract, I always work for my with my contract first, and then I ask my wife, "Hey, you ready to move?" Or I'm like, "Okay, give me a week or so. I'm gonna find a job." So she did ask, she relocate. She's off the boss. Hey, can you transfer me to this? So
Nice.
that's why I know she always find a job first before, for myself or when I
Yeah.
do a contract, and it works out perfectly actually. So
Ah.
I'm
And,
grateful.
and what is your wife's name?
Just Jessica Pupoli.
Oh, big shout out to her. Big shout out to her. So your
Yeah.
school, what are the hours of your classes and how do people sign up?
You can go on my website, www.superathlete.com, and then the hours are like from 6 to 9. So the first class is at no 6 to 8. First class is from 6 to 7. That's the kids class, the mighty, and then the second class will be 7 to 8. Yeah. But right now we're in the process of moving to a new studio.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
We're in the growing, so we have a lot of kids here coming along. So we have to make a bigger studio. We have nothing, nothing wrong with our studio. Shout out to Peter. Right
Yeah.
now we're located at the Upper Dance Studio. Yeah, it's the owner's name is Peter.
Oh,
Very
nice.
very good guy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. We have a bigger room there as well that we practice in. But now we're growing close about almost 50 students.
Wow.
So
That's awesome. Congratulations.
thank you. So we had to move around to I thought another studio that could measure around like 50 to 60 students there. And plus, again, I did it. My wife and I did it for the kids because make sure it's safe. Because fire knife, you're holding a
Yeah.
stick, practice stick. So I didn't want any kids to get hurt. Space being hit one kid. So that's the reason why we moved. So again, it's all about safety. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Is there anything that we didn't cover about the school, and is there a time period? Like, is there a graduation, or you just take it as long as you want because you're learning every week, or do the kids have a graduate like the 5 to 12-year-old? Is there a part where they graduate and then they go to the adult section, or just you turn 13 and move up?
Um, right now I'm still working on it, the process. So right now it's 5 to 12, and then 13 and up. So
Hmm.
as we grow, and then I get to pick like who's the kids. I might open another class or open another studio down the other side of the Tacoma side. I expanded a little bit out. I made some network with some friends down there. Shout out to Jihu, Finching guys over there. So open up our place down there on that side, and then we're gonna make an advanced and a beginning class.
Oh, nice.
That way that we can have those kids work all the same level, and then have the advanced class as well. So yeah,
That's awesome. Well, big shout out to your wife
yeah,
for all the patience and working and moving and doing all the great job. And also you, Jocko, for this school that is much needed in really all our areas. You build a school in California too. But we're going to let you get back to your Sunday. We appreciate. We really wanted to highlight what you're doing there in the school because we appreciate it. And you're the role model for your kid, and we're showing people that you can do what you love and look where it's taking you. And we just congratulate you on all the success that you and your family are having right now and always. And for your son, who I'm sure we're going to hear about it in Disneyland, Disney World, and your family. God bless you and congratulations.
that's what I said. Shout out to all the people that helped me in my life, beginning of my life. That's why I got here as well. So, for Nico, I've not been Hong Kong, at Cheroy, up in Florida, and to the Tuli, my second parents down in California. Special to my wife as well, and my son, and all the people that I didn't mention. Sorry, but shout out to you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be making it this way. And shout out to you guys. Appreciate for you guys. invited me to be on the dance podcast. It's an honor to be here. So
Oh, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. And I will reach out via email. I got other questions I got to ask.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure this is not the last you'll hear of
Yes.
us. We got work to do up there in Washington. So we're going to
Yes.
check the website, tupuleafi.com, so that we can find an event or find a class or find some time to
definitely,
carve out and spend with you. But definitely, we're always proponents of, look, there are people winning in life in so many different ways
Right.
by following their passion and loving what they're doing. And I always say, if you do what you love so well, other people sit up and take notice. You're going to make a career out of that. And this is a good example of you doing what you love to the degree that now other people want to come learn from you. You're sharing the culture, giving them tools that they can go forward with in life. I mean, that's awesome. Not just, the dance, but the confidence and the self-esteem and those kind of things. So I'm sure you'll hear from us again. Naki was taking some notes of when and where. That's why I think she was asking about the graduation class and, and the events and stuff. So we're going to come track you down soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please follow Tupu Leafi on all social media outlets. Check out their website. If you're in Auburn, Washington, get your butt in that classroom. Thank you so much, Jocko. God bless you, Journey.
Thank you, Jocko.
Oh my God, he's so awesome. That is that's a great idea. I think I love that the tools that they're giving the kids, not only you're learning how to fire,
Right.
The dance, you're getting communication skills, team building, confidence. I love that they're putting that in the school. So yeah, God bless that group, that class, that family, really that family. Up in Washington. So hopefully we'll get up there and check out their school and just maybe I'll do a couple of twirls.
Nice.
I'm sure you have to be physically fit because so
neither one of us are going to be out there.
You don't want my
spinning
flab over
fire.
there. You don't want my flab there. But yeah, thank you so much to Jocko and Jess and Tupu for sharing their dad this morning. God bless you.
On a Sunday morning.
So yeah, so there you go. Are we going to break, Minna? We're going to. No, we're not going to break.
We're gonna give her some warning before we jump to that. We're gonna start with our check-ins. We're gonna get part way through them maybe, and then we'll go to our break, which actually is going to be not the premiere, but it will be the full Snacky with Naki around 20. Round 20 that happened impromptu. So we'll show that here in a little bit, but we're going to jump into our check-ins, and really it's more of what we've been doing over the last 3 weeks, and we'll let Naki kick us off.
Yeah, so there's so much has gone on in the last 3 weeks that I don't even know where to start. Like Essence Amana had their 5-year anniversary.
5 years.
5 amazing years that Essence Amana has been working in the community, doing a lot of great work.
Remember when that started? You remember when that started? It was Britt Offu was the program coordinator. And you were in I don't know if you were in the very first class or the second class, but you and brother Neo were in it.
Yeah.
I remember in the beginning and to see what it has become. You know what I mean? Like the pandemic came in Essence of Mana had to adapt, and they had to change or they wouldn't be around. And we know that with the programs that we've been involved in, if you don't evolve and you don't change, you can't just say, hey, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You can, but then you're not going to get, you won't be doing that program long.
Right.
Shout out to the Essence of Mana team. They've gone through staff changes. They've gone through several different team members have participated in that program. And when I saw the flyer come out for 5 years, I remember thinking, has it been 5 years?
Yeah.
What a great job they've done.
Yeah, so big shout out to Asian American Recovery Services, Junior, Nani, Lulu, Mary, just Beth, everybody there.
And the people that have been there, and aren't in Britt, Andrew,
Anthony, that used to be there.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of different people who have gone into making that program a success. So shout out to especially the people that are running it, you know, and cycling through all the different team members. But,
so it was a great event. We celebrated a lot of, we talked about stuff that had happened, what they're grateful for. The Siatonga sisters were in there. They had a big help and with Essence of Mana Gaynor, who talks to parents about Yeah, Anna with San Francisco Tongans Rise Up, Amu Neo, who is with Utopia San Francisco. They all do a great job of supporting Essence Amana by talking to the parents about kids that are LGBTQ, if they're on drugs, if they're
At
in
risk for gangs,
Yes,
right.
yes. So Essence Amana does a great job with their parenting class. So they celebrated 5 years. So that was awesome.
They didn't know a thing about being virtual.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
know word one about
Yeah.
having a virtual show, and they just said, hey, that's what we need. That's what the community needs.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it happen. And like Sister Nani always says, those are make it happen captains.
Yeah, they are. So we both went to that. Toke Moana, their restaurant, they had a grand opening. I think it was April 9th. I went to their soft opening. I think I posted that all over social media. And they did, it's in San Mateo at 4000 South El Camino Real. In San Mateo, it's they sell Polynesian food and American food. I know I spoke about
drinks.
They have let me tell you, they have this mango otai, which is to die for. That's all I can say. It's like crack.
I think the first time we got it, we had gotten a bunch because you and I were in an event and the families weren't.
Yeah.
So we grabbed like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of everything. And then I think we drank all but one of the otai, the mango otai. And so we started saying, because as we were saying, okay, I'm done, put it away, make sure that, you know, whoever has it that we're bringing it for. And then we were like, okay, just one more drink. And by the time we got there, we're like, it's like crack.
It is.
It's addictive.
Yeah. Their mango otai is like crack. So if you haven't had it, please go to Toke Moana. I think their flyer is up 4000 South El Camino Real in San Mateo. They're open from Wednesday to Sunday. What is it? 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm like squeaking, like squinting. But Fusi and, TJ are there. They're the owners alongside the whole Toke Moana family. They had a beautiful grand opening. The community showed up, showed out, ate everything. So please go check them out. If you're in the area, even if you're not in the area, go support your local Pacific Islander.
We're not in the area sometimes, and then we just make ourselves in the area.
Right.
We bring ourselves to the area,
Right.
make a special trip down there just for the food.
It's for the food. It's that good. So please go check out Toke Moana. We hit their grand opening, their soft grand opening, and me and Mo ate. And ate, and then we took food home because you can order food to go. So there you go. So congratulations to Toke Moana, who had their grand opening. If you didn't know, we did Snacky with Nacky, and we'll play the video during break. The Polynesian Heritage Awards, which is being run by PICP, is happening May 7th, May 6th.
It's
let me
May
just
6th or 7th.
Yeah.
Nacky's going to look it up, but it's
May 6th.
May 6th.
The nominations are out. And so please go to their page. They have the link there. We've been posting the flyer all week, last week. So the nominations are out for, the Entrepreneur of the Year, the
Business of the Year.
Business of the Year, what is it? Musician of the Year, Community Leader of the Year.
It's just it's a really cool event.
Really good event.
You're going to see people that are out there doing it and probably won't or ever get recognized by the mainstream.
Right. But our community
can, and we're going to. And so shout out to Monafo for really driving that and making this happen. We were part of it a couple of years ago as well.
Yep. We were in there. They were celebrating Manufo's birthday, and I think it just became an event every year now
that's
they're
so
celebrating.
We want to celebrate you for your birthday.
And
okay.
Like, no.
Let me recognize everybody else.
Yeah, she's also running for Daly City Council. So please go check out their page. But yes, Polynesian Heritage Awards. The nominations are out now. Please go place your vote. Amazing people have been nominated, and they're all like reposting it. And I'm watching every single nominee shout out the other team or group or community leaders that are running. They're not even asking you to vote for them. They're like, go vote for everyone. Everyone's doing the work. I love that we're all supporting each other. And this is needed. This is needed to recognize everyone that's been doing the work. So the tickets are almost sold out. If you haven't gotten your ticket, please go to Polynesian Heritage Awards social media page, click the link, nominate, go vote. And then, first purchase your ticket so you can see who won, and then vote. I think EPV are going to be running it live, but it ain't nothing like being there for real. Like, you have to be in the space to feel you will with the live video.
And if you're
but
far, if you geographically can't get there, then hey, tune in to the stream.
Right.
It's going to be covered. And EPV always does a great job.
They do a great job.
That's why they're one of the nominees.
They're one of the nominees for Business of the Year. They really have grown. Like, they've really, really have grown. And so now their videos has like 30,000 views all the time they go live. So check them out. That's happening May 6th. It will be streaming live, but go get your tickets. I think they're down to like 20 tickets left or something like that. I see Manufo post that they're getting down to being sold out. It is going to be a full house. It's a black tie event, so it'll be beautiful again to see Pacific Islanders just decked out for this much needed event. So we're looking forward to that. Of course, PBD will be the MCs for that evening. So we're excited about that. We get to,
what are you going to wear, Naki?
I'm going to wear a dress.
It's a formal event. What are you going to wear, Naki?
Event. I most likely will wear an evening gown. So I'm excited about, going to get dressed up, and I'll have to put makeup on. I'll have to wear makeup. Dang it. But it's all worth it. I'm excited.
Sweats and a baseball hat.
No, you're not. Chop you in the throat if I see you like that. But it's going to be, I'm looking forward to, we get to rub shoulders with all these big wigs in the Bay Area. We're going to be in the same room. I know. So I'm so happy for everyone that's nominated, because Carl and I were talking about earlier, like, we know almost everyone, or not know, but we've met them or know their work. Yes. So we're excited for May 6th. Please tune in if you can't make it live. It's going to be a great event. So go. 1, get your tickets if they're still available, and 2, go vote. It's going to be a great turnout. So I think I hit that. Tanel, who is a American Samoa, who's representing American Samoa on American Songwriter. That is on NBC on Monday, tomorrow. She was on last week, where they're asking the community to vote for your favorite songwriter. That was on last week. So we're asking you to vote for, we're asking you to vote for Tanel. She was on last week. So vote. Check out the show that is on NBC. And they have a link. Go follow Tanel on all social media outlets. NBC, you have 3 ways of voting for Tanel. It's the NBC app, their website, and their social media. TikTok, I got on TikTok and voted for Tanel. You can vote up to 10 times. You can vote on all 3 up to 10 times. Oh, is it close, Minna? Oh, damn it. Well, I got my vote in. But
that's how Naki voted.
That's how I voted. But the results will be tomorrow on NBC. So check your local listings, and hopefully you will we will see Tanel move on. How about that? So I think we break and come back and get Carl's update on his life. So we'll be right back. You're listening to the Faika broadcast. My name is Naki. I do this, I'm going to cry. I do this. It's called Snacky with Nacky. It's a thing that I started during the pandemic, where I have a podcast, and I ask our social media, everyone on our social media, if they can donate 50 cents. And at the end of the round, whatever I collect, wherever I go to eat, because the restaurant business was so hard during that time. I started during the pandemic. I'm on round 20. So whatever I collect at the end of the round, which it varies every week, wherever I go eat, I tip the essential worker. And so, and I wasn't going to do it today. I just thought, oh, we're just going to come eat breakfast. Then we got to talking, and so we heard your story. And so during this round, I collected $588.50, and my husband just topped it off to $600 even. That's what we're going to tip you today.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And it's from all the people that follow me on social media sending me 50 cents.
Yeah.
And it added up to $600.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
So
I have to count it out because it's not my money. And so I have to be transparent.
Yeah.
So
you know what's crazy? I had like a little dream about this.
Oh, what?
I really did.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just like kind of like a feeling or something.
What's the biggest tip you ever got?
$200.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm doing pretty good for myself. You know, like serving wise, I'm a good server. I feel
Yes, you are.
I'm really confident in what I do. And yeah, I mean, hard work pays off, and I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you.
It's a great thing you're doing too.
Oh, thank you.
I know a lot of people were affected by it. And,
yeah. Well, you said you were laid off right away during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then, everybody coming back. So I'm going to count it out.
You don't make me cry now. And I'm not emotional.
Yeah.
My girlfriend gets mad all the time. Like,
I cry all the time I do this. I cry every time. Just because people, you never know what people are going through.
Exactly.
You never know what people are doing.
That's why I don't judge anybody, even when my
Exactly.
guests, like when they're moody, I'm just like, I ignore it.
Something happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
so
I
I'm gonna
appreciate
count
you
it
guys
out.
so much. Yeah, that's good.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's 1. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's 2. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's 3. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's 4. 5, 6.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes.
You mind if I give you a hug?
Yes. I always get a hug.
You guys should do like a reaction.
God bless
for sure.
you. God
guys are
bless
great.
you.
I
God
appreciate
bless you.
guys.
Thank
guys
you so much.
Okay. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
You guys be safe. Man.
You too.
God bless.
No matter what's wrong, you gotta stay strong and know that everything will be alright.
So I haven't heard this story, right? I've seen the video,
Mhm.
obviously, and we talked a little bit about it, but what was it? Because you hadn't planned on doing it on the way into the restaurant. There was no plan to actually do Snacky with Nacky there. What was said, or what was the conversation that happened that made you think this is the one? I'm going to do it right now.
You know what? We were in Las Vegas we went for my nephew who got married. And that morning we went to breakfast, and he was a really nice kid, and he was talking to us about sports. He was talking to me about sports. So, but he was really genuine. And when he was talking to us, he wasn't like, I know everybody has to be polite, but he was like genuinely, polite. He was interested in what we were talking about. He took the time to talk to us. Like, he was literally like leaning on the table and having full on conversation with us. And so when he walked away, I didn't have the money on me. I would just, it sits in the bank until we're ready to do Snacky with Nacky. So I was like, this is the kid. This is it. And so I left the restaurant and ran. So in Las Vegas, their ATMs, they dish out like $3,000 in cash. Like, here in my poor land, $300 is the limit. But in Vegas, you can take out of an ATM machine $3,000. So I ran to the closest ATM machine, which is not that far, in a casino. And I pulled out the $600, and it was $588.50. And Mo, who is my husband, gave he said, let's give 600. He'll donate the rest of the money to make it 600.
It was going to be at least 589.
Yeah.
Because Mena wasn't going to let it go 588.
So whenever it's 50 cents, Mena adds the other 50 cents to always make it the dollar value. And so Mo made it $600. And so I went to go pull the $600 out of the ATM and came back, and we just talked to him, and he had told us when the pandemic, right when it started, he was laid off. No, just laid off. And so he was trying to get by, and like everyone else during the pandemic, everyone's just trying to get by. Well, when you're laid off for that long, it takes you even longer to catch up with all your bills, your rents, and of course you're using your credit card. 9 months, he was laid off for 9 months. It takes time for you to catch up to all your bills, like you have bills on top of bill. And so I totally get that. Like, I've been down and out more than I'd like to say, but I totally get when people say they're just trying to make it to the next check or trying to make it. Like, I really feel for that. And I think that's why I love Snacky with Nacky, is because I don't know why I'm crying now. I love Snacky with Nacky because I know how it feels to be down and out. And so, yeah. So he was talking about being down and out. And, he wasn't like trying to give me a sob story. I was asking him the questions. Did you work during the pandemic? And so then that was it for me after he said he had been out. And I was like, okay, I told him, I'm going to go get the money. And he said, make it 600. He'll cover it. And I was like, okay. So he was so grateful for the money. And we talked about this too. He talked about, he dreamt of this happening to him. And so it was like,
what was it? So he dreamt that somebody helped him.
He dreamt that he got this big tip. He's like, it's so funny. I had a dream that I got this big tip, and he didn't say the amount, but it's like deja vu. You know what I mean? It was like deja vu for him. So it was a really good. I love the feeling that we get, because I always say we never know what people are going through. Just like, I'm talking to you. I don't know what I always know what you're going through, but somebody else, somebody in passing, when you say hi to someone and they say hi back, you don't know what their day is, what they're going through. So I love Snacky with Nacky, because we get to, and when I mean we, all the people that donate, they get a little part of this giving that we do. And I'm just the messenger. I just deliver the money. You know what I mean? I gather it all up and I go eat. That's my favorite part. So I go snacky. And I love that. As a community, we are helping somebody. So your 50 cents truly does bless somebody. And it's so easy. I think that's why people like it. It's because all they got to do is give 50 cents and because the
realize that 50 cents a piece.
Yes. So, and I love that too, that I'm not asking, it's not a bill. I'm not asking you for $10, even though people do give $10 and I appreciate you. It's really like, this is 50 cents built up. I think in the beginning when we started, like people was like, oh my God, it's so amazing. And people were donating $50. And I was like, hey, whoa, and people were donating 50 and somebody gave me $100 one time and I had to question them. I was like, you gave me $100. Is this too many zeros or I can send it back? They're like, nope. The $100, I think just the feeling of giving that. So, and it's in the beginning, people were doing that. And I think because we've been going on, so you can't give me $100 20 times, you know what I mean? So it has been literally 50 cents and I love it.
That's how it'll survive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because if it was only the people giving $100,
oh my gosh,
it wouldn't last as a program. If it's 50 cents, that's sustainable.
Yeah. And the people that give big, I'm like, okay, you cut off for the next
JT.
Yeah, JT. Like JT used to slap me with $50 or $100, and I'd be like, look, you're cut off for the next 10 rounds. And he laughs, but it's people's hearts that really make Snacky with Nacky. So I appreciate everyone. I love doing this. I don't have a lot of time. And so I try to get to it when I can. Like this I think we collected $600 over a month period. So it legit was people giving 50 cents. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And so did David. He's a worker in Las Vegas. So it was good.
I would bet that if there were multi-million-dollar a week casinos here in Fairfield, that there would be casinos telling banks that they needed to up their limits that people can take money out, because that is definitely the casino effect there.
Oh yeah.
Casinos are like $300 ain't going to get it. Like I got people on they're on a run and they want more money. I don't want them stuck at 300.
Yeah.
Let's do 3,000.
Yeah, and that was Easter weekend that we had done. We were Easter weekend. I was in Las Vegas for my nephew Skeevy. He got married to
Congratulations.
his beautiful wife Priscilla. So we were there for their wedding. So congratulations to them. Also, my cousin Pito turned 70, and so my mama flew in, and it was just a really great weekend. I got to spend with my kids. All my kids were with me in Las Vegas, so it was a really, really good Easter weekend with my family. So yeah.
Awesome.
How was your
My
month?
3 weeks?
How was your month?
Well, I'm going to piggyback on a couple of things that you had talked about. So because the Molly family's out of town, somebody's got to watch the dog. And so I got my Sunga time. I've told the Molly family it's still Sunga and I still have November 19th on the calendar. So I don't know what y'all doing on November 19th, but for the last 2 years on November 19th, I've been watching the dog. So I got, I don't know, 3 days, 4 days in with Sunga. You know what was funny was one of the nights I was up, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning, and she went to the door. She wanted out. I was like, she didn't want out the other nights at 1 o'clock in the morning, but this one, she went out. She went to the door. I let her out. And I was thinking, you know, you got to go to the bathroom? Like, what's going on? So I close the door, go back, sit down on the couch, and I forget she's out there. And she's out there for so long. I'm like, what the heck is she doing out there? So I go to the door and I look outside, and she's sitting on the bricks, the cement over on the far right-hand side. And she's staring at the fence. And I was like, well, what are you doing? And so I'm like looking at her, and then she gets up to head to the door, and I'm thinking, okay, she's going to come to the door. I'm going to let her in. And then as she's walking to the door, she turns around full alert, like ears all the way up, just at attention, staring at the fence. Now I'm like, well, what the heck is she staring at? And she like goes to the fence and she sniffs at the thing and walks back and forth and then backs up and stares at the fence, never barking, never growling, never howling. There's clearly something that she's interested in. And so I'm like 1:30 in the morning, like a crackhead staring out the window, looking like, what is the dog doing? I probably 15 minutes standing there trying to figure out what she's doing. Opened the door at one point and like, you know, hey, come in. And she looked at me and then just kept turning around and look at the fence. So I never knew what it was until you guys came home and I told you about it. And you explained it's what?
It's a possum. So there's a possum that Sunga, I guess they meet up every night at a certain time.
Some
because
conference going on?
Yeah, it's a possum. For so you city folks, us people in the suburbs, there's this freaking possum that climbs the top of our fence that just goes back and forth. And Sunga chases this possum like every night. Sunga and this possum, they have a date. So the possum was probably there and just didn't come out.
I think the possum must have been on the ground on the other side of the fence because she was really interested in like at the base of the fence. So.
Yeah, so that's Sunga and the possum. I just wanted to shout out Brother Vince is on Good Morning. He said, thank you for not wearing Vince. Any Steelers gear. I agree, Vince. I'm with you, Brother Vince. Thank you so much. Yeah, no Steelers gear today. Alicia Cook, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning on Facebook. G. Hey, good morning, RA. Hey, so Levasa is on and Big Goose Radio is on. Look at us. Okay, we got the big wigs on this morning. So thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for not wearing your Steelers gear.
Vince, I was going to wear my Niner gear. If I couldn't find my Debo Samuel jersey.
Oh, whatever.
It seems to not be in the closet right now.
Good morning, Sister Florence is on.
Good morning, Flo.
Real quick with Carl staying. So Carl stays at my house when we leave to watch our dog Sunga. And so we're having a family event in our living room. We're watching some show that was on. All of us, me and my kids, were watching TV, and we have a big screen TV, and then the fireplace is under them. We've got photos on our fireplace, and so we're watching TV, and then Mena goes, "What is that?" And then we go, "What? Well, what's going on?" And then she goes, on the fireplace. And we go, what's on the fireplace? I wish I had the picture. I do have the picture. I just can't pop it up quick enough for a minute to get it. We have we have picture frames on our fireplace. And there's a picture of my mom and Evie, my daughter. And then other pictures on the corner frame of my mom and Evie. There's a little football helmet on the corner. And we're like, no, it can't be. And I actually looked at it. It's a little plastic little Steelers helmet on this picture frame. And then I'm like, what the hell? And then my whole family is like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Uncle did not do that. And so we all take a picture of this and like I send it to Carl. I go, don't you ever post. And then there's a yellow towel up in my room on my desk, the Steelers towel. I was like, the heck, this fool is planting Steelers gear all over my house.
I didn't put anything. If those things were in your house, they had to always have been there.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is when she sent me the picture, I immediately thought it was Mena. Immediately when you said, we found your stupid helmet or whatever, I was like, I bet that was Mena. And sure enough, Mena is the one that spotted the helmet.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times. I actually put a mug out there and took pictures of.
Carl has this mug, a Steelers mug, sitting on, I think it was on my kitchen counter, like the I don't know what area it is, but where the counter at the bar, the bar. And breakfast what? It's a big yellow, black, and it says Steelers.
Cousin Augie's wife, Jen, made it for me.
So it's sitting on my counter, and I walk in and I go, what the hell? If Jen did not make that mug, I was about to throw it to the ground and let it shatter everywhere. But yeah, it's in the end, it's pretty funny because we were like, oh, hell no. So yeah, there was Steeler.
And I knew who it was. I knew it was Jimena. Mm-hmm. She's the one with the eye. And I can just hear her saying, what is that?
Yeah. It was Mena going, wait, pause the TV. What is that? And everybody's like, oh, hell no. Because we are Niner fans.
And you blame that on me?
Yes.
I don't know. Yes. Circumstantial evidence.
Yeah. So there you go. So
let's see.
I know, Alicia, right? So
that was my Sunga time. And so I love it that I've locked down, got it under lock and key, that I'm the dog sitter. If the Molly family goes out of town, I get to watch Sunga. Sorry, Leah.
Yeah.
And let's see. I took my mom to Atherton, Menlo Park for 5-5's senior day. And it was a really good trip with my mom. So I picked her up on Friday morning and we took pretty much all day to just relaxingly drive all the way down from Fort Bragg through Ukiah. We hung out there. We hung out in like Petaluma, and then we went through the city. And she hadn't been in the city for a minute, so she was enjoying, seeing the sights as we went through. And Waze or maps or whatever isn't going to take you the normal route when you come down 101. You get across the Bay Bridge. It took us up through the Presidio.
Oh, nice.
And it just, we
Beautiful.
wove our way through all the way to the other side of the city and then jump back on the freeway. So it was great spending time with my mom. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because she's not very mobile. And I was signed up for whatever. When I picked her up, I wasn't sure how the trip was going to go, but in my mind, I'm like, whatever it is, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And through it, she was like, this is a lot of work for you. And I said, we're spending time together. So it doesn't really matter whether we're, walking the Grand Canyon together or whether we're, driving down the highway and pulling over to cut up fruit to eat. You know what I mean? So it was a really good day. And then that culminated the following day. We met you and Mo and the triplets were there. And my cousin or my sister Molly and her daughter Emily were there. So the cousins got to hang out.
My Malia came with us.
Malia came with you.
She's so funny.
Tall Malia. You should see Nicole's face when she walked up and she was like, oh my gosh, she's tall, because she saw her at the party when she was there. And she remarked then that she seemed tall, and she's like, I swear she's taller
Yeah.
now
She's
than
gotten
she was
taller.
then. So it was a good day. It was, you know, they went 1-1 against the playoff bound team. So her team's not making the playoffs this year. First time in the 5 years she's been there. They're not going to make the playoffs. So rough way for her to have her senior year.
Yeah.
They finally got their act together. The team did, and they're playing a playoff team, a team that's seated like in the middle of the conference, and they split 1-1. They lost one game by 1 run, and they won the other one by I think 3. So
yeah, it was a good game.
They played some good softball for their senior day. It was really cool for that. Good to see, Malia get to hang around her grandmother and have a good day. So I am going to see her game on Tuesday, her 2 games on Tuesday, and that's a wrap on her playing career. She will be done. Bittersweet. She's been playing softball. She's been playing she started playing baseball at 7 and then made the switch at 10 to softball. So she's been playing for 16 years. She's been playing, hit the ball, catch the ball.
Awesome.
So that'll be interesting. Let's see, what else did I do? Bunch of PIs fought over the weekend.
Yeah.
Bellator 279 in the Neil Blaisdell Arena in Honolulu, Hawaii. I saw fights there decades ago. Bellator was there. So there was a bunch, obviously it's in Polynesia. There's going to be a bunch of PI fighters, but Yancy Medeiros recently went to Bellator from the UFC. He won in his premiere, his opening event, opening fight. Our own Janae Harding, tough fight. I haven't seen it. She lost a unanimous decision, lost every round, 30-27. So I don't know if it was a wrestler that just took her down and controlled her. I haven't seen the fight, but she looked really good in training. She'd worked hard to come back to that, and she's a striker. So I wouldn't think that she got outstruck in that. I would think that maybe that was a wrestler, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. Alima Leigh McFarlane fought and lost. She lost a decision, and Arlene Blenko fought Cyborg, who, in my opinion, is
a beast,
the greatest. Greater than Ronda, greater than Nunes.
I love Arlene Blenko only because I've seen her in person. She is like fit. Like nobody's like she is fit.
She is. I remember we were watching a fight in San Jose, you and I, and the girl locked an armbar onto her, and I was like, and you go, what's going on? I go, she's got and the girl had the armbar locked on her, and I was saying things like she's going to need to clasp her hands and then clear the legs and get out of that, and she just picked the girl up off the mat and dropped her on her head and then punched her like 3 times, and the fight was over. And I was like, or she could just do that.
Yeah.
So she is extremely strong and got a lot of accolades from the MMA community for hanging in there, because it was a tough fight. She was obviously losing. She won 1 round out of the 5.
That's awesome.
But she didn't lose. She didn't get subbed. She had fought Cyborg earlier and lost by submission.
I love Arlene Blenko. She is like, when I seen her in person, she's this tiny person.
She's really compact.
And then when she went, the weigh-ins happened, she got on that stage and she was just all muscle. So yeah, big shout out to her for hanging in there and giving a good fight.
So that was Bellator 279, and then UFC Fight Night 4 at the Apex in Las Vegas. Tyson Pedro made his return.
Yeah, I seen that.
Knocked his guy out in the first round.
I didn't see the fight, but I seen the clips that it's all over social media.
He looked really good.
Yeah,
he was, because he had knee surgery. So you're always wondering how quick and agile and mobile somebody's going to be after having knee surgery.
Yeah,
he looked good. He looked
great.
solid, and he was throwing leg kicks, which if your knee is kind of tweaked, you're probably not going to throw a lot of leg kicks because you're putting a lot of pressure on one leg to throw the kicks. No, he looked good. He looked fast.
Yeah.
And he looked very dialed in.
He's back.
Yeah.
He totally is back 100%. Best in MMA.
Best in MMA.
Best in MMA. So yeah, big shout out to Tyson Pedro and his whole crew, his whole camp.
Yeah, I think that because his brother-in-law and best friend is Ty Tuivasa.
Bam Bam.
And they're in the same camp. They train together, and I think
even Bam Bam looks good. Like
well,
he lost a lot of weight.
I think Tuivasa
Mhm.
going on that run, and now Tyson Pedro's watching that
Mhm.
front row to what's happening with Ty, with
Yeah.
the commitment to the training,
Right.
commitment to, not just going out there and throw.
Yeah.
'Cause we in all Mark Hunt, that's not
Right.
always going to work out real well.
Yeah.
So
He looks good. Bam Bam.
They
He
both
looks really they both look good. Like Tyson Pedro, he's back. There's no doubt about it. But Bam Bam, he looks fit. Like before, he lost a lot of weight. He trimmed down a little bit, and he used to always be on social media. He'd go live at some bar.
right.
Now you don't see that anymore because he probably is not allowed to do that anymore. But yeah, he looks good. So yeah,
His I don't know, his last fight, probably his last fight against Derek Lewis. He's trained. He was doing he's sticking to the game plan, right?
right.
And then Derek Lewis just landed like 2 or 3 hard punches, and you could just see the Samoan in him go, "Oh nah."
Nah,
And then it just turned into like they just were throwing, and I was like, "Oh, there goes all that technique."
Yeah.
There's the speed and everything, and he ended up knocking Lewis out.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
was
a
like,
lot
yeah,
more.
not what?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Really,
what?
And
not today.
who was it? The Daniel Cormier was laughing because he's like, right now, Ty is like, "Oh no, you are not going to punch me in the face like that. I have to answer."
Yeah.
So kind of on that note, my last check-in is I have been doing Noom, and Noom, I lost an amazing amount of weight in a short period of time. Too much weight in a short period of time, given the medication that I'm on. But I will say that Noom, if you follow the program and you're not on hormone treatment and you're not dealing with cancer, it worked amazingly. I've got to slow it down because weight was coming off. I lost 10 pounds in I think 13 or 14 days. And I wasn't hungry. It wasn't like I was starving myself. I ate good food. So just obviously this is not paid for by Noom.
Yeah, it's not a Noom commercial.
I'm a believer in that. I need to talk to the doctor. I've talked to Nick and you, and I've got to slow down. Like I can't be losing 5 pounds a week.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna need you to send me your Noom login and everything. I'm gonna need you to send me your Noom login.
The program is amazing. There's there's like 5 minutes of reading a day, and it helps make things make sense. And so you're not just starving yourself, and because in the end, hunger wins.
Yeah.
Hunger wins every time. And if you're going to rely on starving yourself and being hungry, eventually McDonald's drive-through is going to win. And there's just too much opportunity to eat bad food out there.
Yeah, that's me.
So Noom and I'm going to continue with it. I just got to up the calorie total for the day, but the type of foods that I eat. I think I ate meat like twice in a week, and I didn't even realize it until like Thursday. I was all, damn, I've only had one portion of meat and just a ton of vegetables and fruit and
I can't
healthy greens.
I can't. I need food. Like yesterday was my my sister TT was her granddaughter's birthday, Nina. So we went to celebrate after we left Malia's senior day, family day. We went to a Union City to celebrate she's my great niece first birthday, and so my niece Alex, it's her daughter. They had the best food. Like they had galo, they had oca, they had this lamb curry that Mo was killing, and what else? Sapsui. Okay, my mom's gonna kill me, but this sapsui was so good.
Stop.
It was so good.
Don't go too far.
Yeah, Charles, who is the dad, Nina's dad, his aunt made this chop suey that was like, I don't know, Ma.
Oh.
It was really, really good.
Don't go too far.
So the food was amazing because, everywhere I go, I got to eat everything. And I got to eat it. I can't, I have no willpower, none. So that was me eating everything at Nina's birthday party. But my kids had a great time. So, and whenever there's galo, I got to have it. I have to have it. And my kids love Samoan food. And so we were like all over it. Well, I was, but yesterday I got to hang out with my youngest all day. She is a funny girl. She's very funny.
She had
like,
just the kind of jokes that you were like, whoa, you know,
Yeah.
it takes a second where you're like, all right, no, you meant that. Like that's funny.
yeah,
And
it's
she
very
had just in
funny.
the short time period that I was around her, she had a couple of those where I
Yeah.
was like, oh dang, she's capping on you.
Yeah. So I had galo, the oka was off the hook, the curry lamb. I mean, all food is good. Like if it was bad, I would say so, but the food was amazing. So thank you to my Alex and Charles for a great day yesterday. My Leo was at the birthday party. My grandson is everything to me. So there you go.
It was a quick comment that you had made at the field, and later one of the players' grandparents came over. So you and Mo and Malia were along the first base line, just off the foul line, and Malia was up, and you go, "Let's go 5-5," and then she got a hit, and you're like, "Atta girl, 5-5," and then later I was talking to one of the grandparents that was sitting further down the fence where you guys were at, and they said, yeah, we thought maybe they were, there for Malia, but then once the lady yelled out 5-5, we all knew, oh yeah, that she's there. She's a family member of Malia, because when I yell out 5-5 at the stands, a lot of times the kids, especially the college kids,
Right.
I'll actually hear it. She's number 18.
She is number 18, but yeah, she's 5'5".
She's 5'5" forever for us.
yeah, she did a really good job. And then I think I kind of shook some of the people because I foamed on the side there. What is that sound?
Is she okay?
Yeah. It was a good day. So yeah, I had a great day. We've been off for 3 weeks, so I was like, we had a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, but a lot of great events are coming up. And so we're looking forward to hitting like Pitt. Their Shine Day is back. They'll be at the San Mateo County Fair. So check that out. Look for all the updates. We'll be posting everywhere. Again, go vote for the Polynesian Heritage Awards. Follow them on social media. Can I just say
20 tickets left.
There's like around 20 tickets. There's also a survey that our Leah she's working on her thesis. She goes to UC Davis, and she is doing a survey. She needs 150 people, Samoans in the Bay Area. So if you live in the Bay Area, hit up our stories, our social media. Well, we have the link, and we need at least 40 more PIs to fill out.
40 and 50
to fill out the survey for her to complete her thesis, and it's due by midnight. I think I got most of my first cousins on there. We have a group chat, and a lot of them got on. I've got it on my family page. So if you are in the Bay Area, please, go to our social media and look for the link, and we would appreciate it. We're, moving Pacific Islander education forward. So, tune in, check it out, check out everything. We'll be posting a lot of events that are happening soon.
Helping a Samoan girl finish her master's thesis.
That's right. Check out Tanel tomorrow on NBC. We're Wednesday. We are on Island City Media. Download the Dash Radio app. Search Island City. Check out all the great programming that they have. I think. That's a wrap. We just appreciate your patience. We've been missing in action, but we're back, Jack. Koviki Talk is on this Tuesday. Is it this Tuesday?
Tuesday works.
Tuesday. Okay. Check us out. We'll post flyers.
We got Dr.
Dr. Tai Fatleava will be doing Koviki Talk in language. So look forward to that. We'll post the flyer. What else? Koviki Talk, Island City Media. Go follow everyone on social media. Support your local PI Pacifica business. And Urban Nesian, who is one of my favorite artists besides, Tosh Love and Tanya Masani. Urban Nesian, who does amazing work. So go follow her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. I love her work. Go, 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 go. We will be back next Sunday-ish. We'll be back next Sunday-ish. Check us out on YouTube, all the listening apps. And if you've missed any part of this, go ahead and rewind, get back on to start from the beginning and push play. Come back to Faika with us.
Love y'all.
And blessed by the ones that we've lost. Yeah. Life is so beautiful. Give thanks every day. Time's not per usual. Our struggles are not the same because fighting for who I love. I can't let anyone try